Fourth War Patrol. Lieutenant Commander Burlingame's submarine must prevent Japanese supplies and reinforcements from reaching Guadalcanal.
Burlingame and his crew have come a long way in the 8 months since their first patrol. They've gone from being a young, inexperienced group of sailors to being hardened veterans. They've survived depth charge attacks, aerial bombs, the loss of one of their own crew members. All of this has made them a tight unit.
5 days into the mission, Silversides passes by the Japanese stronghold of Rabaul, New Britain.
In order for Japan or Yamamoto to really cut the communication between Australia and the United States, and also to guarantee the safety of the South China Sea, at the very beginning of the war, Yamamoto sent a carrier force to take Rabaul.
As Silversides powers deeper into enemy territory, 22-year-old pharmacist mate Tom Moore has been up since 4 a.m. Several sailors have been suffering from nausea since they left Brisbane.
A pharmacist mate, as a job description, is pretty much what it is now. In World War II, they were trained in first aid. They could suture wounds. They could treat colds. They could treat minor illnesses, that type of thing.
But one patient is different. 18-year-old Petty Officer 3rd Class Fireman George Platter complains of sharp pain in his abdomen. Moore assigned bed rest as he did with the others. But hours later, Platter's condition worsens. His pain is more intense. The pharmacist's mate starts to worry. Moore thinks he knows the diagnosis: acute appendicitis, a serious medical threat in a world without antibiotics.
If you had an ill shipmate who had appendicitis and you let it go to any length of time, if it became acute appendicitis, the appendix would burst. And that was essentially a sentence of death.
Moore believes Platter requires surgery. He asked Burlingame to request a flying boat, an aircraft that can land in water, to collect Platter and fly him to Australia for the emergency operation. Burlingame must decide whether to expose the submarine and its crew to evacuate the patient, or risk losing another sailor on his watch. But he realizes that even requesting an evacuation could alert the Japanese to their presence. Burlingame decides against the request. By 9 p.m., Platter's condition is critical. The pharmacist's mate, Tom Moore, believes Platter will die.
Sir, it's Platter. He's not doing too well.
Moore and Burlingame debate the unthinkable. In order for George Platter to survive, he must have his appendix removed aboard a submarine in enemy waters without a surgeon. It is very risky.
Even with skilled surgeons, it was considered a complex procedure. Because antibiotics were not available, you could die even if you were operated upon by a skilled surgeon.
And Moore has never performed surgery himself. To do so without training violates all professional standards and official Navy orders.